Was pairing up. Okay. I've got the shutter on the camera, but let's see if we got signal. I can see that. That's the OSD. Waiting for satellites. Still waiting for satellites. I'll take the front off it. If you can see that, now we've got video and waiting for satellites. So let's see how long it takes. It's a little bit windy, not that, quite cloudy. Got a lock, that was pretty quick. So got a lock, and we're ready to go. Little red lights flashing, so let's get some loiter. It's loitering pretty good now, even though it's windy. My videos are not perfect conditions, the wind's sliding it back. Pretty much staying where it should be staying, the altitude is cloud level. I'll take it over there. Here we go, light test. It is moving about a bit. Coming a bit closer, going away again. Up and down a little bit, but to be honest, that's not bad at all. Just sitting there pretty much, right altitude, right place. I'm well happy with that. One more return to land test. It should basically stay where it is, because that's where it's supposed to stay. But look at that for a loiter. It's not bad for a nose 32. I'm going to click the return to home switch. It's gone over there. Coming back over here. Back over there. Back over here. Wants to be going for that tail, really. But I'd say that was good enough, wouldn't you? We'll try again for the tail. And there's the tail, and there it is. Sitting right on top of the tail. No problem at all. Alright, trying to find the tail again. Wind's whipped up a bit, coming my way. And now it's trying to go back to the tail. Back to the tail. Battery's beeping, so I'm going to come down now. I'm going to show you how to reprogram the GPS. So it's not auto configured by the Nose 32. Now don't pay any attention to my wiring colours here. Pay attention to what the spark fun or the FTDI connector says. It's clearly labelled 5 volts, ground volts, TX and RX. And either what your GPS instructions say, or what the board says if you can read it. Okay, so basically 5 volts on the GPS goes to 5 volts on the spark fun. Ground on the GPS goes to ground black on the spark fun. TX on the GPS goes to RX on the spark fun. RX on the GPS goes to TX on the spark fun. So that is how we do it. And here we go. I plugged in the USB to the computer last. As I told you before, that's the best way to do it, to avoid putting voltage through it unexpectedly. Now I'm going to show you how to program the GPS, the UBlox GPS, so it doesn't rely on the Nose 32 for auto programming. You're going to need UCentre, and that can be found by typing into Google GNSS_config, or go to UBlox site. UCentre 8.16 is the latest. Let's load it up. Loading up. All connected. It's loading up. Now the first thing you want to do is to work out what type of UBlox you got. This is a UBlox 7. Apologies for the video, I'm trying to hold it in my left hand. Receiver, you can put auto board in, which will obviously first of all you want to check you've got the right port, baud rate, or you can use auto boarding, but you want to first of all, it's a UBlox 7 receiver, the filter, if you don't know it, put all, but it should be that. Okay, we're going to put, it's normally 9600, we're going to do auto boarding. Right, this button here is connect, and this button here is baud rate. So let's connect to COM 11. So we've got a little flashing green light. It's telling us we're using UBlox 7 protocol, and already we can see we've got some satellites coming in here, even though we're indoors, and we've got some data coming across. Okay, which is all looking good. But that's at a 9600 baud rate, and there's some tweaks we can make, so let's do that. Now this particular GPS doesn't have a flash memory. I'm using it to show you how to do it, but if you use one without a flash memory, it will all be for naught, because you need to save your config to the flash memory. That's just a little aside. I personally prefer the Cryos CN06, but anyway, we can show you on this exactly how to do it. First off, this is not my idea, this is all documented on GitHub, Clean Flight, and that's the address. We've got full on instructions, and I'm just going to spin you through it. And this is the bit we're doing, UBlox GPS manual configuration. Again, apologies if the video is shaky, but before we start, there's a couple of things you need to know. First is the view. You've got the packet console, which shows you the information the GPS is actually receiving. And you've also got the configuration view, and this is what we're going to need to configure. So the first stage is to have the packet view open, so you can see what it's doing, and then go to configuration and revert to default configuration. Just make that a bit bigger so we can see what we're doing here with our right hand. And then what we do is we click send. That'll probably break the connection depending on what the baud rate was, and you may have to disconnect and reconnect at the correct baud, which is normally 9600. So let's reconnect. We're getting green flashing lights down here, so that's all good. Next in the configuration we go to ports, and we set these targets UART1 to 0 plus 1 plus 2 for protocol in, to 0 plus 1 protocol out, and the baud rate we're going to set that to 57600, and then we're going to click send. And you should see, if you need to know where it's doing what it's doing, you just do that. Can't do that. Let's get rid of this guff, we don't need this guff. If you do that again, you should see it come up say acknowledged, acknowledged, there you go. So that's how you know it's done it. So that is basically break the connection here, disconnect, 57600, I had it on auto boarding, that's why it did it itself, connect, little green lights, we're back up, that's good, and we're still seeing packet information coming through. Next we go back to the configuration menu and we go to message. This is everything that the GPS is spitting out, and we want to cut it down to bare bones. This is a complete ball ache and takes a long time, but it's worth doing, and we'll speed it up. These are the first 5 that we want, and we want to set them to a rate 1. I'll show you the first one, and you can do the same for the others. So in messages, we go, for example, nav, I think it's, hold on, nav pol LSH or whatever it is, pol pos LH. Just want that on UART1, you want a rate of 1, click send. Okay, acknowledged. Okay, repeat for all of these. Nav dot, nav sol, nav velned, nav time UBC. Okay, after each one you have to click send, and each one has to have a time or a rate of 1, which is this bit here, rate of 1 here. For this term, Same thing, nav SV info. So messages, nav SV info. Okay, and you want to have that on UART1 with a rate of 5. Okay, send. I'm just going to do the others and I won't really bore you with it. Okay, and then every other thing in it, in this message filter, every other drop down apart from the ones on that list, you have to go through them all one by one, set them to 0 on everything and click send after each time. It takes a long time, I'll do it now and I'll come back. So most of them are empty. For example, I've hit this one, eliminate nav VTG, off, send, acknowledged, next, nav GRM, off, send, acknowledged. Got to do that all the way through the list. So we're getting there. Most of the log ones, most of the config ones should be empty, but you know, you want to get it right. That's why you want a flash memory, because if you do all this and then it's got no flash memory, it's a waste of time. So there we go at the top of the list. Next thing is to speed it up. What we've actually done there is to cut down the amount of guff, and now we're going to speed it up. So now we go to rates with our left hand and config rates. We set the measurement period, we increase it by a factor of 10, taking it from 1000 to 100, and the cycle is 1. We click send. Acknowledged. Look, it's speeded up. Oh look, it's processing a lot faster. If your GPS unit won't do 100 milliseconds, try 200 milliseconds, etc, etc. Now we go to nav 5 in the configuration view. Set to pedestrian, and dynamic model to pedestrian. Click send, acknowledged, not faster, acknowledged. Let's go to SBAS, subsystem enabled, and PRN codes are auto scan. Send, acknowledged. Go faster, blue lines are moving now. Now we need to save this all to the flash memory, so we go to configuration here and save current configuration, and then we click send, and it's acknowledged. One other thing we can do is we can write it to a file, and that's what a lot of people are downloading off the internet, so let's just do that quick. We go to tools, GNSS configuration, and we can either take what's on what we've just done and put it to a file, which is GNSS to file, or we can take a file we've saved and put it to GNSS. So I'm going to do GNSS to file. I'm going to give it a file name, and I'm just going to call it I'm just going to call it test or demo. Hit return. That's writing that code. And you can see it on the thing, it's actually doing it all, and there we go. So that's how you do it. Disconnect the COM port, which is that one. Disconnect the COM port, and then pull it out here, and then mess around with that end.